So we co-founded Wildlife Living Soils in 2002 when we realised that the agricultural systems we were using, we were seeing a degradation of our soil health. And so we started Wildlife Living Soils to put biology back into the soils and make our soil and farming system a lot healthier. One of the benefits of adding the FOGO into our compost recipe is that it adds diversity of feedstocks. So different microbes in that produce different microbes in the finished compost. Well, then you've got to think of the benefit of that onto the soil for the grower. So the more microbial diversity in the soil, the healthier the soil and the healthier the product that is produced as well. The compost production that we use here at Wildlife Living Soils is the advanced composting system. That process is a 10-week aerobic thermophilic process which has 5 stages. So we have the recipe building, we have synchronization of the products, breakdown, humus buildup and stabilization. Part of the recipe that we saw today, we had 10 tonnes of FOGO or food waste into that recipe, and the whole windrow was a 28:1 carbon to nitrogen ratio. So that's very important to start the process because you want to get the correct temperatures for pasteurisation, and also you want to get the correct CO2 measures as the process goes on. Once everything is broken down, we added a microbial inoculum to build all of those particles back up into humus. And as we know, humus is vitally important in soil or in the compost because humus hangs on to minerals and it increases the water holding capacity as well. The other important ingredient that we add in that compost is the clay, because clay is the foundation of the humus crumb structure. It emits the smell and it hangs on to nutrients as well.
The process that we use is an aerobic process which is monitored every day, so temperature, CO2 and moisture. And the important thing of that is that you raise that temperature to 68 to 70 degrees in those first 6 to 8 to 10 days so that kills all weed, seeds and pathogens, and it meets that AS 5554 standard. But it's very important to monitor. The monitoring of the CO2 also allows the row to be an aerobic row always and not an anaerobic row. And as well as the moisture, that moisture needs to be up around that 40% moisture in those initial stages. That acts the process together, gets the process happening and everything working together in the correct form. So the current food sources that we use for our FOGO is from Harris Farms and from the Sydney markets, and that's vegetable and fruit waste. And that is a very good ingredient into a quality compost. It allows the C to N ratio of that 28:1 carbon to nitrogen ratio to be achieved with a good recipe, and it breaks down things like even mango seeds and avocado seeds. You won't see them at all after 3 or 4 weeks, and at the end of the 10 weeks it's like soil. The final product we produce is a humus compost that is totally stable, so it's ambient temperature, no CO2 exchange, so all oxygen is kept in the row, and it is something that when it goes back onto soil, it is a humus product that holds onto minerals, so minerals are available but non-leachable. One of the reasons we became interested as agriculturalists, as farmers, in the process of the compost making is that we wanted a quality product to go back to grow food. And the other reason was we wanted to be able to produce a product that utilised local waste to grow local food and then be able for people in a local area to use that food again. So a closed loop system, but it's very important the quality of that compost for that. It is growing food, using into food products, you need to have something very high quality going in, and this is a very high quality compost.
This is a safe way of using FOGO back into compost and back onto the soils. We talk a lot about food miles and where food came from. I think we've got to start talking about fertiliser miles, and when we're importing so much synthetic fertilisers, we need to take this local waste to produce a local compost for local food production. It's a no-brainer that we're not, and we really need to identify this more in Australia. And have the quality there, the growers are assured that this is safe. No E. coli, no salmonella, no weed seeds, that they can apply it to their soils to grow healthy, nutritious vegetables.